It is time for our Week 8 preview. Good morning, men who dream. It was awesome seeing Gabe yesterday and looking at his preview, talking about what happened last week, and also seeing his son MJ. I want to congratulate him and Ketley once again. I know it's awesome being a dad. And Gabe, I know it's sleepless nights, but I know you're excited. And like I said, my brother, congratulations once again. And God has definitely blessed you guys. And it is awesome to be back to talk about what's going on in the Men Who Dream League. So this week we're going to preview Week 8 and talk about Week 8 a little bit. It is actually getting close. The season is virtually halfway over. The regular season virtually halfway over for us. It has moved quickly, unfortunately. But you know, that's how the football season is. It moves rather quickly. But let's go ahead and get started. I actually want to start off with our premier matchup for the week, which it pits the TVA Canes, Coach Richardson at 4-3 against Double Dowdy Daddy, Michael Anton coaching at 4-3. So they are playing each other this week, which I think it's going to be a great matchup. As of right now, I know the edge goes to. I'm going to get an edge to the TVA Canes, but it looks like both starting quarterbacks is right there. Joe Flacco against Cincinnati. Cincinnati defense has not been playing that well over the last several weeks. They've given up a lot of points. So it looked like if Joe Flacco shows up, he can have a big game. You know, also I'm looking at Michael's team, LeSean McCoy, I think can have a big game against the Arizona Cardinals. But Arizona Cardinals defense has really been putting it out there for them. You know, and I know Cleveland, for Isaiah Cromwell for Cleveland, running back for the TVA Canes. He's been putting it out there a little bit, but Cleveland got upset last week by Jacksonville. So I think they're going to come out with a little bit chip on his shoulder. But also, he still has A.J. Green in his lineup for the Cincinnati wide receiver, which he is showing is out for this week. So I know he needs to get on it and really take a look. He's got Kevin Johnson also. He's sitting on the bench. He's out for this week. So those are two big question marks sitting at the TVA Canes, where Coach Richardson has to make a decision on what he wants to do in replacing those. You got to hit the waiver wire. That's still open. That's still manageable. But my prediction once again is going to be for the TVA Canes. I think they can pull it off this week, and that's going to be a challenge. But it can happen, no doubt in my mind. I know that the ESPN Project Totals has Double Dowdy winning this game by 8 points. But I'm throwing in a prediction that it's going to be an upset. Our second matchup I want to look at today is going to be the Persona Pete Roadrunners. Gabe's team at 5-2 with the Don't Stop Believing with Ryan's team at 4-3 with a matchup this week. And the prediction is for Ryan's team to really go ahead of Gabe's team by almost 15 points. That's prediction right now per ESPN. I think one of the biggest things is Peyton Manning been putting up big numbers. They got San Diego this week, and San Diego don't have the strongest defense. They're okay, but they're not the strongest defense. So I think Peyton Manning will get his minimum 3 touchdowns that he always get. Unfortunately, Gabe's team, he's got Andrew Luck starting at quarterback, and that's a fortunate thing. It's unfortunate for my Pittsburgh Steelers because we play them Sunday at 4:25, and Pittsburgh Steelers defense has not been very impressive this year. Even though they pulled the game off on Monday night, but the way Andrew Luck throws the ball around and Peyton Manning throws the ball around, I think the scores will be comparable. So I think it's going to come out of the running back area that's going to look at this. I was at the game last week and watched the Redskins game. Alfred Morris, he did okay, but he's not. I don't think he's going to put up a lot of points against Dallas. Well, I think Justin Forsett, the running back for the Ravens, can score because they play in Cincinnati. That's if Cincinnati defense shows up. Julio Jones for Atlanta. Atlanta, has not been doing well this year. So that can be a showstopper. So it's kind of one of those games that you don't know where it's going to go. But, my prediction once again, I think Ryan can pull this one out. But Gabe's got the Vikings defense against Tampa. Who knows what's going to happen there? Where the Patriots, Ryan's got the Patriots defense. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a close matchup, but I do think Ryan will pull that out by a narrow margin to give Gabe another loss. That's going to be out there. Our next matchup is Mr. Jefferson Starship, Bobby Pearson against the Perfectville 13 Fins at 5-2. Coach Jeffers there. This is a 6-point projected total difference that ESPN is predicting. That the Fins would take a loss at 144 to 150. But the Perfect Fins been putting up a lot of points this year. They put up a lot of points last week, and he's got 2 losses, but it's been a battle. It's been a tough. He's been doing it. He has Phillip Rivers, the San Diego's quarterback. They got Denver this week. I'm not sure if he's going to put up as many points this week as he's been doing. If Denver defense showed up, they have a vast improvement. And Mr. Jefferson Starship, Bobby had Aaron Rodgers starting at QB this week, and he got New Orleans. New Orleans lost to Nail Biter last week, which means that I think they're going to be alpha blood, and it's in New Orleans. So it actually should be a pretty good game between Green Bay and New Orleans. Matt Forte, I know it's infighting going on in Chicago. They got New England this week. So that, we know how Belichick is. Belichick is a defensive-minded guy, and he definitely will build a plan to stop Matt Forte here. So I think Mr. Jefferson Starship can pull the upset out. Depending on who shows up, we got the Texans defense. J.J. Watts, he always put points up on the defense. He gets fumbles, he gets touchdowns, he gets interceptions. So they come to play. But you got a comparable defense over there with Mr. Jefferson with the Cowboys defense. They've been playing very well this year. And they got Washington on Monday night, which should be a pretty good game. As I look at both benches, we got Larry Fitzgerald on the bench. You got Nick Foles, Philadelphia quarterback, on the bench over Phillip Rivers. And we'll see this turn out. But my prediction is going to be Mr. Jefferson Starship will take this victory by a close margin, as we can tell. Now, let's take a look at the Mighty Lions of Judah, Federico's team at 1-6 against the Spiritual Mafia at 4-3, which is Mike Messina's team that he's put together. Mike has projected total of 128 points with a projected total of Federico at 111. Federico, of course, you know, is a two-time champion. He's having a rough year this year. He's got to turn around quickly if he want to be a three-peat. But it looked like it's going to be tough to do. At this point, he doesn't have a quarterback in his lineup, which I understand that. His quarterback was ran Tannehill on the bench for Miami, but they are playing Jacksonville. So he needs to look at that. He needs to take some action on for his team. He's got Cle'Veon Bell, Pittsburgh running back, which he had a good Monday night. He's playing against of course the Steelers playing the Colts, and the Colts defense had a shutout last week. But I'm definitely hoping that doesn't happen this week, so Pittsburgh can get the upset. Where Mike's team, he has Drew Brees starting against Green Bay. So he has a good team going in. We got Andre Johnson, which put up a few points on Monday night against the Steelers, but it wasn't a showstopper. I think this is going to come down to the defense, where you got the Cardinals against against Philadelphia, and the Ravens defense against Cincinnati. We got to see who shows up. They both have some okay players sitting on the bench, but you got Fred Jackson. He's Buffalo. He's out. So my prediction on this one is definitely that I think Mike's going to take this by a wide margin. I know that Federico's team been having a rough year. This year, it started from draft day, but that's past. So he has to hit the waiver wire, get some players out there, get some teams going, and see what happens. I'm gonna pause this for a minute.